Connecting the dots, connecting his guests to the world, creating more connections. Welcome to The Connection. Meet your host, author, coach, Air Force veteran, Jay Morales.
So, Makenzie, you are Will's sister, and how old are you?
I am 15.
15 years old, and what grade are you in?
I'm a sophomore at Millard West.
Okay, Millard West. Are you also homeschooling as well, or?
Yeah, so I'm homeschooled, but I also do one class, so that way I can still do sports and everything.
Okay. What sports are you involved in?
I'm doing just bowling this year. I used to do track, but it wasn't very fun for me anymore.
Just to run in a straight line around a circle? No, okay, so bowling. Your dad is an avid bowler.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he's scored quite a few perfect games. How many?
All I know is a lot. He's got some rings, too.
I know. I've seen it. I remember watching a Facebook clip. I was like, how big of a deal can this be, right? And I just remember someone recording it, and everyone around was like, yeah. And, you know, your dad will have his time, but this is about you. So let's bring this up to speed. What keeps you busy these days? Like, okay, outside of school, outside of bowling, like, what does Makenzie do?
Well, I do like to bake. I like to cook stuff. I find it really fun. And then I also do work outside of school. So. Okay.
Where do you work?
Goldfish Swim School. I'm a swim instructor and a deck supervisor. So.
That's pretty cool. And you're 15, right?
Yeah. I'm saving up my money.
Yeah. So what are you saving up for? What are you going to use it for? Are you good with your money?
Yeah. So I'm investing my money. I'm investing, like, pretty much almost all of my savings, but I'm also having an emergency fund that way. Okay.
When you say investing, like, talk to me about that. Is it on an app where you put money into the stock market or whatever?
So I'm using Fidelity. I'm investing into like VOO and all of that, and then Roth IRA and everything. So that way I'm set up.
I just got goosebumps. That's crazy to me. It's not crazy. I'm very impressed because I never knew about this about you. You know, if people could realize that if they started at your age, because we read about this all the time. Oh, if you would have started at 20 years old and you're 15 and you're starting this, right? What's your guilty spend? What are some of the things you spend money? What's your guilty pleasures that you spend money on?
I try not to spend money. So I'm like giving myself $100 per month because I am like, if I spend money, I spend like a lot of money.
Okay.
So I like to DoorDash a lot, but I've really tried to cut back on it. Like I give myself like once a month I can DoorDash. Okay. And it's like $20, so it's not that bad. But I buy like one thing maybe every 6 months. That's like $200.
Okay, so you have some kind of spending discipline.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Maybe you could give people a class on that. That's a whole nother podcast in itself. You know, this podcast is about your family, the healing journey, and about your brother Will.
Yeah.
Can you share what Will was like growing up? Like, what was the bond like before the incident? Like, truly, and I don't want the what is it called? The rainbows and butterflies. Yeah. I want to know what's real.
So truly, he was pretty humorous. He was the wise guy. He liked to be the funny guy and everything. But like when we got home, he would be very like judgmental, very sometimes angry, which was very odd because usually he wasn't like that. Like the recent years.
What age was he starting to be angry?
Like the age like when he took his life.
When he attempted.
It was getting really bad.
Okay.
But before that, he was really, really good. He was a wise guy. He was super funny. But those recent years were like getting really bad.
Did you guys bicker a lot?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. We're siblings.
So just like siblings, right? What do you admire most about him, even before the incident?
He's very, very strong. He's very ambitious. If he wants to do something, he'll do it. He's very stubborn. He won't listen to anyone. Like if he wants to do something, he does it.
He'll get it done.
Yeah.
Could that be good and bad?
Yeah, because like sometimes like I don't know, like when he wants to do something that's not good for him.
Right.
Like for instance, vaping or doing drugs and stuff. That's not good for you. And he doesn't listen to anyone else.
Yeah.
But we're trying to teach him, hey, you got to sometimes listen to other people.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. What are some of the things that you remember the year from, when you heard him describe Halloween, that whole journey of a year of just pain? What are some of the things that stood out to your mind that validated maybe why he was in such a depressed state? What's some of the things that you saw that he was depressed about?
Yeah, so it was really hard to see him like that, like just because usually he wasn't like that. But when we heard that he was thinking about taking his life, because he had multiple, like he's talked to other people, like on Snapchat, like before the incident, he was talking to people saying, "Hey, I'm gonna take my life." Like that's
So
what
he was telling people.
That's what he would tell people, and they'd be like, "Will, are you okay?" And he wouldn't text back. And then he would send pictures of these things, and then people would be like, "Hey, are you good?" So these people would be constantly worried about him. And I also think that kind of brought a burden onto those people as well.
Okay.
Just because they always have to worry about him just saying all of that. But it also brought a burden onto us, but not like a burden.
I know what you mean. Like it was a heavy weight
Yes.
for you to carry.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, emotional. And this is not just about Will. You're talking to someone who's listening right now.
Yeah.
And you're saying, wait a minute, if I said, Makenzie, I want to hurt myself, I'm putting my emotions on you, and that's weighing heavy on you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and then you don't hear from me for 2 days.
And then you just constantly think about it, and you're like, hey, is that person okay?
Right.
And you don't know
Yeah.
because they don't talk to you.
Yeah. I think that's something that we don't really think about, right? We always think about the incident.
Yeah.
We never think about things that lead up to it. We never think of the causes. We never think
you never see the signs.
Yeah. So let's talk about that. Yes, you heard your brother talk about this, but did you ever think that he would?
I honestly didn't. It was such a shock. Like when I found him, I was like, what?
Yeah.
Like, it was just, like, it was mind-blowing. Like, it was just, like, after it was, like every single night, I would just relive it and be like, well, why would he do that?
Let's go back first before that moment. Even the few months before, what was his mood like? And the reason I want you to explain this is because maybe someone else can identify or see. Like you said, you were shocked. You didn't think this would happen, right? Like, This is my brother. It doesn't happen. It happens in movies. It happens to other people. But what are some of the things you saw within the last 60 days?
Well, he was very isolated. He started shutting people out. We got him into therapy, and then we forgot about it for a while, but he was very isolated. He only wanted to talk to his therapist. He wouldn't talk to anyone else, about anything. He was not open at all to anyone, which was very sad because, as a sister, I want to know what he's going through. I want to help him.
Yeah.
But I couldn't because he wouldn't talk to me. He wouldn't talk to anyone.
How often did you try to say, hey, take me back to some of those conversations? Like, maybe he was in his room by himself. Did you ever just knock on the door? Did you ever just say, hey?
Yeah, I would constantly check up on him because I was worried about him because just wondering how he's doing and everything. I would just be like, hey, Will, how you doing today? And he would just one-word answers and everything.
And you were 14 at the time? 13?
I was in 7th grade. 7th
grade, okay. So as a 7th grader, you're thinking about this. You're living this. I don't think any adult is equipped to carry the burden or to carry the weight, right? So what are some of the things you were doing or going through as you were experiencing this? Like, did you seek help yourself? Did you talk to people about how you're worried about your brother? Like, how did that go?
I really didn't talk to anyone except my parents. We would just chat and be like, hey, what's going on with Will?
Yeah.
And no one would really, they didn't know because he wouldn't really talk to them, which was very hard for them as well. But I would just kind of just seek validation with them and try to understand what was going on because I was also a little bit younger, but also having to mature a little bit more in that situation.
At 7th grade, though, to try to mature yourself to understand that, you got to understand people go to school for years and years and years to be doctors and counselors, and that's just a practice in itself for you to recognize that, gosh, I've got to mature I mean, I don't think that's a child's responsibility, right? I don't think it's anyone's single person's responsibility. But, now you alluded to it before. Do you remember the day? Like, where were you coming from? Were you coming home from school? Like,
So I was actually I was playing hickey that day.
you're okay. So
Yeah,
you just didn't feel well enough to go to school.
Yeah,
okay.
I didn't feel well enough.
Okay, yeah.
But it was me and my grandma. We were both at home.
Okay.
And we were just sitting at home, and Will had a haircut appointment. My dad was like, "Oh my God, I forgot he had a haircut appointment." And I was like, "Oh, dude." So I went looking for Will, and I thought he ran away. To be completely honest. Yeah. So I went outside and I was like, "Will, where are you, bro?"
So you were looking for him. Okay.
Yeah. And then I found him, and then my grandma came in there, and yeah, that's kind of.
Do you remember, like, you said you called 911?
Yes.
Were you the one that called?
So my grandma actually called 911.
Oh, your grandma called.
Yeah, we were kind of doing it together, I guess.
Okay. Yeah.
Because she said her Utah address, and I was like, no, we're actually in Omaha.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So she gave her Utah address because she, again, in the moment,
Yeah,
everyone's
shock,
panicking.
yeah. And it was really hard, like, to just not run away. Like, your mind just it's just like what? You just want to hide, run away.
Yeah.
But you just can't because that's your brother.
Do you remember just like being in shock? And then Will explained that you let the firefighters in, or grandma and you let the firefighters in. What was that like?
So we started doing CPR and everything, and then...
Wait, you guys did CPR before the firefighters got there?
Yeah, because that's what 911 told us to do. They were like, hey, you need to start CPR, because he was already gone. And so we, I don't know, I think we took his shirt off, and then we started CPR, and then I had to go downstairs because they were going to, bust our door down. I was like, my mom would be pissed at me.
You were thinking about the door better be unlocked so that they don't break it down. Okay.
Yeah.
So, and again, not making laugh, but it is remarkable at the things that we think about when we're under pressure, right? So you open the door, what happens next?
Then they run in. There's two of them come in, and then 3 or 4 of them come back in. They're like, hey, where are your stairs? We need to get up there. And so I'm like, yeah, they're over there. Please hurry.
Yeah.
So they run up there, and then my grandma, she has a bad hip, or she had a bad hip, and she was on her knees and everything. She was like, I don't even know how I got up. She's in her 70s, and she was like, I don't even know how I got up.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, that's God. He's telling you, he's giving you the strength.
I love it.
And right after the firefighters went in, they started doing all their stuff, started doing the CPR, the breathing and everything. I was like, hey, no, we have to pray. So we prayed, and then they got a pulse.
Oh my gosh. So they were working with Will in his room.
Yeah.
And you were praying. Are you okay right now?
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to make sure you're okay. And you said we have to start praying.
Yeah. Because I was like, there's no other way that, God can only save him right now.
And you saw them working on him. What before you prayed, were you watching? Were you? So
we had walked out of the room, so we were in our hallway, and I was like my grandma was coming. She was speed walking over, and I was like, hey, we just have to pray.
Yeah.
And she prayed for us, and then we said amen, and then we walked downstairs, and they're like, oh, we got a pulse. And I was like, oh, thank God.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was crazy.
Did you think for one moment that might be the last moment? Oh yeah.
When I was holding him up, I was like, my brother could be dead. He could be gone. And I don't, now I'm like, what would I do? I would be an only child, no brother.
Yeah.
It would be absolutely terrible.
Do you love your brother a lot?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Even though sometimes he makes me mad, he's really sweet and he loves me.
I know he does. And when you guys grow up and you grow older in life, you'll understand it even more. What emotions were you going through as he's recovering? Because he went to the emergency room, right? And then he was in the hospital. What What did that do to you at that time?
So I was still going to school. I was still in 7th grade, and half my teachers, like, they knew what happened because, like, we knew the vice principal and he told them. So they kind of exempted me from a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Because I was like my grades were dropping, like,
Okay.
really bad. But, like, I didn't have, like, depression or anything.
Right.
I was just sad because he was in the hospital and, like, I just wanted to see him all the time.
Yeah.
So I would just skip school. I'd be like, hey, Mom, can you pick me up? And she would just let me skip school, go to the hospital so I can just see him.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's helped our relationship a lot better because just seeing him in that state, now I know, like, he showed his true colors and that I can just see him.
What about some of the news you heard, right? Like, he may not, like, what are some of the detrimental things you heard? Like, he may not talk the same, walk the same. Did you hear any of that from the doctors?
Like, all of the nurses, all the doctors were like, he's probably not going to walk. And I was like, well, you don't know that yet. Because that's when he wasn't even out of, like, the breathing tube.
Breathing tube and the feeding tubes. Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, he's probably never going to eat. And I was like, well, you don't know that yet. Like, you don't know how he is.
Yeah.
Like, you don't know what he can do.
Yeah.
And, like, it was, like, 3 days.
I can hear the fight in you right now.
It's like
you don't know.
Yeah, you don't know.
Yeah.
Well, my mom yelled at those doctors. She yelled at them. They were like, yeah, we're not going to take the breathing tube out today. And she was like, you told us that he was going to be out of it today.
Yeah.
So you better take it out.
Oh, my gosh. I could picture that, too.
No, when you had to talk to her about that because she was mad.
Oh, gosh. Yeah. I could see your mom.
Yeah.
You know? You saw your parents go through this, too, right? What were some of the things you were thinking when you saw your parents going through this?
It was really hard because, like, just thinking about what I felt, because that's my brother, just thinking about, like, my mom, like, that's her son.
Yeah.
And that's my dad's son.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just thinking about that, hey, you almost lost your son.
Yeah.
Like, how are you supposed to feel with that?
Yeah.
That's so much heavy emotions that's on you. And that you just have to think about, like, hey, I didn't see the signs soon enough.
How did this moment change you as a sister? Did it change you as a sister, do you think? Or
yes and no.
Okay.
Because, like, I feel like our relationship has gotten better.
Okay.
Like, for sure. But
how? Like how?
Like, just, like, us bonding. Like, I feel like we're better friends than we ever have been. Because I feel like we can bond a little bit more. That he's set back a little bit more in his maturity.
Yes,
but that means that we can be a little bit better together.
Are you guys open with each other?
Oh, yeah.
Do you think there's conversations you guys have that you guys don't have with your parents or anybody else?
Yeah.
There is? Okay, well, we won't tell them.
Yeah, let's not tell them that.
Yeah, let's not share that with them. But truly, I want to know if you can reach your brother now. Do you think you can reach him? You know, like, connect with him more?
Yeah, he tells me a lot of stuff. Like, he tells me when he's having a hard time. He tells me, like he's the one that was not telling me, but he was, like, reaching out to me to get closer with God. Because I was...
You weren't, so your faith was not as strong as his?
No, it was, like, when I was in, like, 8th grade, I didn't see the signs. Even though he saved my brother, I still didn't believe him.
Understood.
Yeah. But it was just really hard. Like, now I pray every night. I read my Bible. I do all of that. I love God.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love that.
But I just did not have very strong faith when he did. Like, right now, he's super strong in faith, which is amazing. Like, I really love that.
Yeah. You admire that about your brother? You know, you guys didn't share that before, though, and now you do. I mean, I think it's incredible. How has your faith helped you mature as a person?
Well, just trusting in God, just telling him, hey, if this is something that needs to happen, then you'll make it happen. And if it doesn't happen, then that's okay. Like, a lot of people misunderstand, like, God not letting something happen with him just not wanting you to do something.
Right.
That's his judgment and his maturity telling you that, hey, you don't need this in your life.
Yeah.
And a lot of people just don't understand that.
Yeah.
Like, in Jeremiah chapter 33, verse 3, it says, call to me and I will answer you and I will, like, just give you my wisdom. because he will. If you call to him, he will give you his downright wisdom.
It's really sorry.
It's okay.
How do you think your families come together?
Well, just in faith alone. We used to not really go to church at all. Like, we didn't really go to church on Sundays. We went, like, maybe
Easter and Christmas.
Yeah, like twice, 3 times a year.
Yeah.
But we've really developed in our faith. Like, recently, like, the past, like, month, we've all really stopped listening to bad music. Like, I only listen to Christian music. That's it. Because I don't believe that putting bad music into my brain helps my Christianity.
Okay. And that was a choice you made after being taught.
Yeah.
What made you all of a sudden say, all right, Apple Tunes or whatever?
Yeah, we did switch because I feel like I was being guilted into listening to those bad songs because all the kids listen to rap songs. But it's really, there are so many Christian songs that are like rap songs that are just as good, and they put your faith better in Jesus, and they really like give you more joy than the other sad suicidal songs do.
Yeah. Okay. What about talk to me about social media in your age, right? Like, how do you use it now? Like, what's your utilization like, and what's your thoughts about it? Your true thoughts. Like, I don't want anything altruistic or holy art thou, but tell me, 15?
Yeah.
What's a 15-year-old do now with social media? Are you on it a lot?
So I only have Instagram.
Okay.
My mom said I could get TikTok, but I really choose to only have Instagram.
Why not TikTok? Tell me why.
It's just, like, I've had it before, and I just really think that it's only for the videos. And I feel like it rots your brain a little bit more than it should.
Brain rot. Everyone talks about that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I have screen time on myself, so that way I'm not on it as much. So that way I can really live life to its fullest.
Yeah.
That way I'm not spending 18 years of my whole life on a phone. Because that's ultimately what everyone does. You spend 4 hours on your phone every day, you're spending 18 years on your phone.
Wow, 4 hours a day is 18 years living on a phone in your average of lifetime is what you're saying?
Yeah.
I never thought about it like that. Man, Makenzie, you're way ahead of your time. What do you think when you see, what are the dangers that kids face with social media and depression and ideation and things and comparison? Like, does that aid to people doing bad things? Or not?
Absolutely, because it's just the trends, the people thinking that, hey, this is how I need to be. This is reality. Like, these models that are very skinny, they're very pretty. You don't need to be like that.
Okay.
Like, you just are your perfect self, and you just need to be kind. Like, you don't have to put yourself onto these other people that are not realistic. And watching videos that aren't realistic. Like, I've been watching a lot of, like, videos on just making money and everything. And they're not very realistic.
Okay.
Like, dropshipping, not very realistic.
Okay.
I was like, okay. So I don't watch those videos anymore.
Funny that you even know what drop shipping is, right? Because there'll be 35-year-olds that are watching this that are not even realistic per se. And what about the comparison trap at 15 years old? Like, oh gosh, Molly has that, or Shelly does that. Do you do that now? Or
it's very hard not to.
Okay.
Just because you look at all these people that are very rich, and it's like, I wish I had that. But ultimately, like, you have what you need. Like, in your life, you have what you need. Like, you have food, you have everything. But, like, you just need the people around you, and you just need friendships, relationships, God, faith. That's all you need in your life. You don't need a humongous house. You don't need Lamborghinis.
Yeah, hey, don't be mad. No, I don't have one. But I mean, if I get one, don't be mad at me.
No, yeah.
No, I'm kidding. But I get what you're saying. And it's very mature for a 15-year-old to think of like this. What do you say? Because even I'm 55.
Yeah.
And I'm like, come on, Makenzie, this is It's too good. Do you really believe in Jesus that much? I'm not saying that, but I'm saying people probably think that,
Yeah.
How does that make you feel and how do you react?
So when I think of like people just like hating on people's Christianity, like I understand you don't have that relationship with God, but other people do,
Okay.
and they strongly believe in God. And
Okay.
yes, there's atheists, and
Yes.
I'm not hating on them or anything.
Neither am I.
Yeah.
Right.
But I believe that everyone can turn their life to Christ at some point. Like even when you're 70 years old and you're in hospice, you can turn your life to Christ and still go to heaven.
Yeah. It's pretty powerful to say, right? You believe that. It sounds like, you're convicted, right? Like
Yes.
your conviction
I got baptized I think I was like 10 or 11 I got baptized.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I think baptism is one thing, right? At 10 or 11, making the decision, even at the 10, 11, but practicing every day is probably just as important.
Yeah.
Right? How has faith played a part in the family healing?
It's really played like in recent years it's played a bigger part just because we're I guess a lot kinder to each other. Like there would be times like where we'd be really stressed out.
Sure, of course.
Yeah, but we're a lot more kinder to each other. We're really trying to be a lot more faith-based and trying to just be kinder to those other people and just thinking about, hey, what would God do? What would Jesus do?
Yeah, it's not to say that you're perfect.
Exactly.
It's to say that you're practicing your faith, right?
Yeah.
What would you say to kids? So you have friends. Friends will be watching this, Makenzie. I mean, they'll be like, hey, you're on a podcast. Cool. They're going to hear this part of the message. They're going to hear your faith. They don't have a relationship. How would you invite someone like that to have a relationship with God?
I would pray every night just for forgiveness for God, that I would recommend that you put your life to Christ, that you ask him to forgive you of your sins, and he will show you the way that you need to go.
Do you really believe that your faith is that powerful that it can help guide you out of the situation that you all were in? Do you think that was a big critical
Absolutely
component?
Like I think that he brought us in there to make us stronger in our faith, because we prayed right after it happened and he made it happen.
Yeah. What I'm sure there's some people might say, well, why did God let that even happen? What would you say to that?
God didn't let it happen.
Okay.
It was Satan putting himself into my brother's mind. But he stopped it because that's his ultimate power. He has that power to stop Satan. That's
pretty powerful, Makenzie. I'm serious. Like, I'm sitting here, I'm 55, and I'm listening to you, and it's not just the words you're saying. I see your posture, your conviction, you're talking about it as if like we just walked 5 miles this morning. Like, you know what I mean? Like how you would describe it, right? I'd be like, hey, how'd you feel on the 5 mile? You'd be like, this is how I felt. I feel like it's a natural belief, within you that just, I see it shine through. How's your relationship with your brother grown since then? Like truly, I know it's better. I know it's faith-based. You're having conversations with each other. Are you scared for him now? Are you nervous for him? Are you encouraged by him? Like, how do you feel about that now?
So there are like points when I do get scared, like that he could take his life again, because when his girlfriend broke up with him, I was like, is he going to do it again?
Okay.
That's what ultimately scared me a lot, because that was just the trauma bringing back in of what happened.
Yeah.
And that really like scared me and brought a little bit of PTSD from that. But
yeah, that's fair. I mean, the traumatic stress you went through, what help did you get for yourself? I think that's important. Or did you seek help? Because you witnessed this firsthand, and that's not normal to witness. What did you do outside, your faith, all those things? What else did you do did you see a counselor?
Yeah, so I do therapy every other week, so I talk to her a lot about.
You still do that now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just because.
How do you feel about therapy, honestly?
Oh, I love it. I think a lot of people should get into it if they have a lot of trauma, just because you can unload all of it. Like, your brain pushes all your trauma back so far, you don't even remember remember it. But there are things like tools that can help you not erase it from your mind, but go to the point where you don't really have to think about it a lot.
What if you hear whispers in a room that there's Makenzie, there's the one, that's her brother.
That's happened.
Yeah. Okay. Tell me.
It's hard to think about. Like, people are like, oh my God, her brother.
There she is.
Yeah. But I'm also like, yeah, my brother took his life, but I saved him.
I love that. I mean, I love the confidence that comes out from that. It is brave, but more so that I don't feel like I'm talking to a 15-year-old right now, right? I think you've aged to a 29 or 49-year-old person, because of the things that you went through. There are people that experience what you experienced and witness what you witnessed, and they don't want to seek help. What do you say to that person?
I encourage you to seek help so that way you don't have to deal with it. So that way you can have someone help you through it, and you can ultimately not forget about it, but just explore your word and what you had experienced.
What about someone who says, man, I don't even want to go through the process. I don't want to go to a crazy quack doctor. I don't want to go to a counselor. I'm fine. What do you say to that person?
Everyone's not fine. Like, when they say that, a lot of people just aren't. They just are hiding it. And I know you don't want to speak to someone about your problems, but the therapist doesn't tell anyone. Like,
right.
Yeah, she has a contract. She can't tell anyone about anything.
Mm-hmm.
And they help you in any way. Like, they talk about your feelings. They talk about, like, oh, what happened? Like, you had anxiety. Why did you have anxiety? How can we fix that? And so they're trying to help.
Yeah, and you believe that, and you've been going every other week pretty systematically since then.
Yeah.
Is there a point where you're like, there's an exit ramp sometime, or do you ever feel like, gosh, when's this going to be over? Or how do you feel about your sessions specifically and the rhythm of your session?
So sometimes, like, they do get boring because I don't have a lot to talk about, but I like to be able to vent to someone other than my parents, because my therapist doesn't have an opinion.
Oh.
Like, she really, like, just thinks about it, like, systematically. She, like, just thinks about my feelings about it.
Let me ask you, what's a technique you use to help with the trauma? Because the trauma comes up every now and then. You get triggered, or you live through it again, or something reminds you of it. Is there a technique that you use, or how do you deal with it when, Sunday afternoon, 2:00, and do you still have episodes of, like you said, it played through your mind a few times?
Yeah, it does. Like, sometimes it does that, but usually, like, I don't try to think about it a lot. I just try to, like, kind of push it out of my mind, but also, like, just keep it there so that way I can remember and tell people what happened and show them that there is a greater good for it.
Yeah.
But I usually pray about it, like, at night. I'm like, hey, just don't push it out of my mind, Lord, but I pray that you don't bring this up. Like, I pray that you heal me from this traumatic response that I have.
Yeah.
Or when I have anxiety, I try to go to my parents, because I have anxiety, not frequently, but it does happen.
Yeah.
Just because of the trauma and just what I went through.
Mm-hmm.
But I try to go to them, and they really help me calm me down.
Someone's out there, if they say, hey, I'd like to talk to you respectfully about what happened, and it will help me understand just from my own situation. Can people approach you like that? Are you an approachable person?
Yeah, I'll talk to anyone. Like, I'll listen to your story. If you want my input, I'll give you input. I'll try to help you as best as I can.
What gives you hope now when you see Will in his recovery, in his journey of healing? Talk about his level of maturity. Okay, he's a 17-year-old kid, but you were talking about how he's a little more mature. Besides that, what are some of the good qualities you see in your brother now?
Well, there are times, like, just because his brain injury kind of set him back a little bit.
Yes. Okay.
I think he's not set back as much as he used to be, but sometimes there are points where he acts like a 15-year-old, which is fine because he's still a boy.
Yeah.
But
okay, that's fair.
yeah. But he's very mature. Like he sometimes knows how to respond in situations that other people really wouldn't know how to respond in, which is amazing. Like at work, he loves work, which I think is so cute. But he loves to work. He's very passionate about anything that he does. Like bowling, he's very passionate about bowling. Like he gets really mad when he doesn't do good.
Yeah.
But he's really good.
You know your parents are going to watch this over and over and over.
Right? Oh yeah.
Probably this next part too.
Yeah.
And I want you to look into the camera, and I want you to picture your mom and dad truly listening to you. And here's what I want you to explain to them. Your parents went through a lot. You went through a lot. Say some encouraging words to your parents right now of where you're at in your life and what you've thought of them through this whole process.
Well, I love you guys very much. You know that. But I really just want you guys to not think that I'm not doing okay, because I am doing amazing. I'm really great in my faith, and I hope that you guys can put some more faith in God as well. Just pray about me, and I'll pray about you guys and everything. But I love you guys.
How much do you think your parents played into your support role, like into supporting you?
A lot. Like just after the incident, they were always asking me, hey, are you okay? Because they know what I went through, and they were just always asking just to make sure that I was okay with all the trauma and everything, because I was younger, and they just wanted to make sure that I wasn't having any depression or anything like that, because I wouldn't wish that upon anyone.
Yeah. I mean, it's too common, and it's unspoken about. There's someone right now struggling with mental health in general, right? And that person doesn't know where to get help and doesn't know if they should even seek help. Talk to that person right now about seeking help for mental health.
So I would dial the hotline number if you really are in a deep, dark place right now. If you go to church, I would go talk to your pastors. I would go get a therapist. I would go get trauma therapy if you dealt with something like I had to deal with, because they're there for you. They're there so that way they can help you so you don't feel that way.
Final part is to your brother, because he'll watch this over and over too. Encouragement, words for your brother, how you feel about him, and just what you're feeling right now, just opening up about all this.
Well, Will, I love you very much, and I really want you to keep going strong with your faith, and I want you to just put all your faith in God. I want you to talk to me more. I want you to just open up a little bit more. But I love you.
That's awesome. How do you feel right now?
Pretty good.
Do you?
Mm-hmm.
Did you think that this would go this way?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you have a very courageous voice of compassion. I want you to remember that. Had to hold my tears back a couple times. I respect and admire your courage. You're a different kind of person. You know what I mean? I think God has put you on this earth to encourage others, to save people, to be a light in this world that is an Instagram trap. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I pray that you continue to strengthen yourself, to put on his armor, because you're going to have difficult conversations in the future of professing your faith. And you're going to have challenges of people challenging, well, what if this, what if that? And the ideation of hurting yourself, not you, of just anyone in general, will always be around. And that will, and I just want you to know, Makenzie, this interview was probably more for me than it was you. And I'm grateful that you gave us your perspective, the sister right? A 15-year-old girl who was 13 or 12 at the time, is that right? I mean, to live through all that and be able to stand up and tell a great story, I think your parents and your family is blessed to have you.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you for being on The Connection today.
Thanks for tuning in to The Connection. It's been a fantastic journey exploring stories, insights, and inspirations that bridge our lives. Remember, every connection has the power to transform. Please subscribe, rate, and review. Your feedback keeps us going. In this connected world, let's make meaningful connections that enrich lives. Now, signing off until next time. The Connection. Keep connecting and let's go.